Welcome to the Founding Voices podcast. How does that sound? This is a very professional voice. A series of conversations with the humans who showed up before there was a map. I'm Perry, founder of the Octopus Movement, and I believe nonlinear thinking is not just a way of solving problems, it is a way of being in the world. Each week, I will speak with three founding members of our global human mycelium to explore who they are, why they think differently, and how they're shaping a future that can be built in straight lines. Let's meet today's guest. This is Sharon Leigh. Sharon is awesome, and I will share with you why she's awesome. Let's explore that together. Sharon Leigh, all the way from Vive la France, welcome to this podcast.
Hey,
Hey,
everybody.
how are
Hi,
you?
Barry. Good. Just had my nap today.
You
Had
had your
to
nap,
had
so you're all ready, and some new
to-
makeup and
new
foundation
makeup.
and
I don't wear makeup, honey. You know I don't wear makeup.
2026 cream or something from the Christmas tree, or no?
No.
No.
It's very simple. Yeah. If
Okay.
if anything, it's like WD-40 because I'm making something, or I'm like, across the.
Does
I'm
that work
intentional.
as well? WD-40 on your face? What do you think? It solves everything, right?
Well, at one time when I was in a rush, and this was like couple decades ago, and I was rushing, and I would have my little go bag, and I would have certain things. I would keep little things because it was easy in little Fuji film containers,
Mm.
and because they would shut tight, you didn't have to worry about it. You'd throw it in the bag, and I had three or four of them in the bag, and and I was going somewhere, and I opened it up, and I thought, okay, I'll put my perfume on, a little bit of perfume, and because I was on the run, and I picked it up, and I was like doing this, and and it was
Oh,
WD-40.
this is not perfume.
It was WD-40. I was just like, yes. I was like, I'm a true maker, right? I wear WD-40. That's my eau de parfum.
Let's go back to the WD-40 uh, in a few minutes because that's interesting. But I want to ask you the first question. And
Mhm.
how would you? I believe this is the Octopus Movement, and we've created the Octopus Movement together because we're all a bunch of nonlinear thinkers. We don't fit the box easily, or we're very creative. We're all over the place, and I believe that we all have an octopus inside of us. And I think for a lot of people, that was also what happened when they saw the Octopus Movement, that they saw the word octopus and the symbol and everywhere. That something happened. So how would you describe your octopus inside of you? How does your octopus looks like, or how does it behave, or how would you describe it?
I love this question, and true to form, it's like, what time is it? Because the octopus isn't static, and and so it's definitely the thing with the arms sliding and moving and curling and coming in tight and unfurling, and so it's never static.
Mhm.
And so at any given time, but yet at the same time, that it might sound frantic to some people, but it's actually calm and graceful.
Do you
So
think
the movement.
frantic? I love the word frantic, new word of today for
Mhm.
Perry. But you think a lot of people see the octopus or octopus behavior as frantic? Can you explain?
Well, it's like what people perceive from the outside. And
Hmm.
they will say, oh, Sharon, that's too many ideas. And somebody said this to me in December, and I had a meeting with somebody. And yeah, there's just too many ideas. And I was just like, ugh. And I thought it was somebody who understood me. And I was just like, not you. I was like, because that's what we hear our whole lives. And it's like, for
That
me,
we're too much.
there's
That it's too much in whatever.
no. It's just that it's like there's too many ideas, and it's you have to pick one. And
Yeah.
people have told me that my whole life, and but then the very same people will say, "How do you do the amazing things you do?" And it's because I do.
Yeah.
I have the capacity to hold so many facets in it's not I thought about that. I love this question because I thought, okay, how do you describe this, because it is
Hmm.
hard to describe, but it's
Hmm.
like multifaceted. It's not a thing of multitasking. And it's the ability to be able to hold it all in your head and to be able to make decisions, which ends up, I mean, rapid fire decisions and like hundreds of decisions that it takes to say, be a creative director and to deal with something happening and make something happen, pull it all the pieces together that have a lot of, what looks to other people like, complete chaos. And it's like, no, this needs to go next. We can prioritize. That's one of the things I can do.
And when I look at your life,
yeah.
it seems like you're a creative director for your life, right? You're doing so
well,
many different
absolutely.
things.
Yeah.
Because you have your own online community where people come together in kind of a cafe setting, and everybody brings something to eat and to drink, and it's a lot of fun. But you coach people as well. You organize retreats. You are very creative. You paint cats like the one behind you. You do so many different things. So is it necessary for you? And I'm not fishing for any compliments here, but I'm looking for, is it necessary to be acknowledged to something as an octopus or as a nonlinear thinker or as a multipotentialite or whatever? Do we need something like that to explain yourself to people who are not like that?
Do I need it or do other people need it?
Yeah, do you need it?
Oh, see, that's a thing that I talk a lot about, is the intrinsic and extrinsic motivation. Me personally, I don't meet a lot of people like me. There are, in the Octopus Movement, I would say more so than outside the Octopus Movement. But there's I don't care. I just do my thing. Sure, it feels great when you get acknowledgement, but I don't need it. And so there's a big.
You don't care. Has that always been like that? Sorry, I will interrupt you a lot of times. We only have 30
that's fine.
minutes, so yeah,
that's fine.
But I'm curious. I want to explore as many things as possible. Have you always had that in your life? That you're like, I don't care what people think about me. I will do my own thing.
Yeah. And I think about it, and now that I'm 64, I think, because I'm always wondering, it's like, well, is it personality type? Is it the neurodivergence? But I think it's partially the good bits of all of it that is just by accident, is the only way I can describe it. Because I can't imagine creating that perfect storm of I don't give a fuck. Ooh, can I cuss on here?
You can say that. I love it. Now I can say it as well. So is it difficult not to give a fuck what other people think?
Oh, not for me. Not for me. Now, it doesn't mean I don't care. Okay.
No. People misunderstand this, right? You do care a lot. Yeah.
I care very much. About a lot of things. Like I love the saying, strong beliefs loosely held. And so, I care about a lot of things, but it's like, if something comes across my radar that I think, wow, I really think this or that. But if I have a conversation, I'd be like, oh, wow, well, that's interesting. And it doesn't mean I jump or I flip. I just add it to my repertoire, and it makes it, it enlarges the facets of how I perceive things. But you have to, of course, the age that I am now, I have a good base. So it's like when you're in your 20s, though,
right? It makes it a little bit easier when you're getting older, like really not to give a fuck. Right. When you're younger, you're saying that, but you have to convince yourself from time to time that you're not giving a fuck.
I never had to convince myself. It was more of a thing of like, I was very aware of being younger, and I'm like, okay, they're not going to believe me or care about my opinion at the age that I am now. I was very aware of this, and it's like, but they're wrong, and I know they perceive me in this way. So do I push back or do I walk away? So I always had the discernment. And my mom used to talk about that, thing that I had. And she remarked on it because she had to learn to not care. And she said, I always had it.
Yeah.
I didn't, deviate, or it didn't really, let me put it this way. It's like there's an inner base that is kind of spread out. That is not my values aren't built like a tall, fragile Jenga tower. So it's like mine seemed to be spread out. Again, I don't know how it ended up that way. But I try and figure out how can I help teach that, or how can I help coach people with that. But if you spread it out, your sense of self and your values, then you can take a hit and there's no tower to come crumbling down.
No, it's
so
okay.
It's like if something hurts you on this over here, it's like you have all this over here that's amazing, that that it's But again, it's like
when people, Sharon, when people don't understand you, when they're maybe even a bit judgmental, like maybe you should focus on one thing, Sharon, or whatever. What is the question you would love them to ask you when they're in that kind of state of mind?
Like, what do you think? How do you see it? But they're not ready to listen. And so you just have to kind of leave it. You have to walk away because they're not, they're not ready. I could tell by the way they asked the question, or I could tell by the statement.
What do you think that is?
They're not there.
When there's this misalignment, like, hey, you're behaving and you're thinking in a different way, it's too much, there are too many ideas, whatever. What do you think it is that there's this misalignment, that they get upset even about it, right? Like,
a lot of it is comparison. And I could tell some people do it, other people, they don't even know that they're doing it. And so they're comparing themselves, and their reaction, or the next question or a statement that they ask, I could tell that they're judging themselves based on how that they perceive what I'm doing is like, wow, that's amazing. It's like, and then sometimes they'll literally say, yeah, I can't do that, and I'm like, why are you judging? We're different. But sometimes they'll do that. And if it's enough times in a discussion, it'll be too much for them to deal with their own stuff. And so that's when they say, oh yeah, that's too much, that's too many options. And I'm like,
can we then just say that it's sometimes for people a bit scary to meet an octopus?
Absolutely. Because it's like we all, no matter who we're in front of, we're mirrors for each other.
Yeah. I sometimes believe if we can connect this being an octopus to nonlinear thinking, I believe that every individual started as a pure nonlinear thinker, like NASA did their research in 1965 to find the most creative, brilliant minds, and those are kids.
And they're children, all children.
Right? Yes. Yeah. So would it be maybe scary to meet an octopus a little bit because it's there inside of you, but you have pushed it away your entire life, going to school, and like, I need to be like this to be successful, to be without fear, to be in control. Is that it, you think?
That's it. It's you put your finger on it, because it's a control thing, and it's what society has cultured out of us. Now granted, there are certain things that you have to do in terms of maturity, but it's like, for example, kids that go through the Montessori schools, and they are allowed to follow and be led by what lights up, and by their inner fire and their projects and the love of things. And it's a beautiful thing to talk to people, kids and adults who were raised in a Montessori culture, because they are some of the ones that I've met that are able to retain that childlike awe and the self-confidence, because it's unnatural to be unattached from
Yeah.
our awe and creativity. And this is why I do, this is the red thread that connects everything that I do, is helping adults, I want to say founders, creators, blah, 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 but it's just help adults reconnect, or, the ones that are, sometimes they're connected, but it's a weaker signal. But it's like, how do you get that back?
Yeah.
That's everything that I do is that's the red thread, because
So
it's
in
everything.
getting these things back, Sharon, and that's your passion.
Yeah.
You love that. You can see
Yeah.
that. You can feel that.
Absolutely.
What do we need in the world, in your opinion? Where do we need to release the octopus? Where does it need to go? Where, if that's a thing, releasing the octopus, then it's releasing the octopus inside of you, but also in organizations, corporations, in governments. How would you see that? Where would you love to see the release?
Got an easy answer for that.
Okay,
I got an easy answer for that. You're probably not going to like it.
I love it when I don't like it.
Okay.
Tell me.
So, good news, bad news. You're already doing it. Good news, you're doing it. Just keep doing it. Just keep doing it. And like this, you're doing the podcast thing. Just keep doing it. Have people on.
Okay, now the bad news. I want to hear the bad news.
Sure. Man alive, in our lifetime and in a couple generations, you're talking generational, because it was the beginning of the industrial age, and the industrialized education system is where everything changed. So the chance of it getting back to that within a few generations, you got to think longer term, which that scares the pants off.
I lived in China. I know how Chinese people think. So you think in generations,
exactly,
not in the next 5 years. Yeah.
So the thing that's the thing where a lot of people are so, in the Western cultures, it's so immediate. What can we do now to change it? And I'm like, just be a pebble in the ripple effect. And that needs sometimes to be enough.
You're saying that you want to see the octopus in everything.
Of course, but I do see it already in everything. I see it in what you're doing. I see it like another person coming into it. Everybody's speaking about it, but the more we are models, just by being, it's like when you go to the coffee shop, when you go to, just the nature of the energy that we're projecting is all part of it. It's what are we mirroring? Like my two favorite sayings, an art is supposed to calm the disturb and disturb the calm. The other one is, a society is only as advanced as its artists.
Yeah.
And
I love that. Yeah.
That's the core of everything. So just by being, people discount the power of that. It's like to be, weirdly calm, but grounded in ourselves, weirdly calm, calmly weird.
Weirdly calm, people. Let's go into the woo-woo chapter. Let's go weirdly calm. No, but seriously.
Yeah.
So how do you think the nonlinear thinking approach, the octopus in you, how is that connected to success in today's world? Because everybody's looking for success. Everybody wants to do better. Everybody wants to grow. Most people want to grow and grow in knowledge.
We're all growing whether we want to or not.
But how is that linked? Crazy. How is it linked to success, you think?
Everything is success. Even failure is success. They're not disconnected. When people speak about that, they make it sound so disconnected, and it's not. And it's like, what, more success? More what? What does success look like? Money, time? What are you defining it? Or are you letting culture define what success is and looks like for you? Because this is what most people do. And then they're unsatisfied, because they're trying to achieve something that other people have put a construct around. Now, if you're talking about building a big business, just fucking go for it. Don't look at anything else, and just go forward. And as soon as somebody says, but that is, just do it. Yeah. Just keep moving forward. And, and fuck the parameters, fuck the algorithms, just stop it.
Fuck the rules, people. Like, this is how, Sharon, I need to, this is your interview. It's about you. But a little story from me. Sorry, people. But when I started the Octopus Movement, so many people, and with the best intentions of the world, I get
Mhm,
it, right? They were
mhm,
telling me, no, you should be doing it like this, and this is wrong. And if you build
mhm,
something like that, it works like this way. I'm
mhm.
so happy I didn't listen. I'm not
Yeah,
saying
yeah,
that I did a good job, but here we are almost 5 years later
yeah,
and
yeah.
close to 11,000 members in
Mhm,
130 whatever countries. And
mhm.
we're growing every day. So something went well, right?
Yeah. And it's
Yeah.
the question is, what do you want it to look like? Not what should it look like,
Yeah.
because then you're down a road and trying to put your energy into something that is not in the vision or what matters to us, and it's not sustainable. And
Sustainable.
I
That's a good
talk
word.
about, like, narrowing the gap
Hmm.
between what you want and what you think you should do or whatever, and that is, and your spirit and your vision,
Hmm.
right? And so when it's the slimmest possible gap between what you want and what's fun, and that should absolutely be number one, because if it's not
The fun
fun,
part,
how the
right?
hell are you
Yeah.
going to wake up every day and have the energy to do the damn thing?
Yeah. What
What's
what
the
are the
purpose?
chances that
What's
you're
the
born?
purpose?
Is it 1 on 300 billion,
Mhm.
right? What are the
Right.
chances? Let's have some fun, people, right? Let's please have some fun. Another question before
Mhm.
otherwise
Yeah.
time runs out, Sharon.
Mhm.
Um, 9 minutes to go. What are you curious about today? Because I noticed that octopi are always curious about
Yeah.
so many things, about everything. And
Yeah.
I'm just curious what you're curious about today.
Today, this minute, it's shifting a lot right now, which, again, it sounds manic and crazy, but it's actually not. It's just, I kind of let it slide around and do its thing. I let my subconscious um lead me in this time. And again, I dropped my wife off at the train station this morning, so it was a little bit manic in our house in the last couple days. So today I'm just kind of like, ugh. So today, when you ask me what am I curious about, is like, what am I going to be creating, and what's that going to look like in the next 2 weeks, because I'm going to have a lot of solitude.
Mm,
And I can go back a little bit to my natural state of getting up in the middle of the night, because I'm super creative in the middle of the night. But when you live with somebody who has a very regular, kind of normalish
mhm,
9 to 5 working and sleeping schedule,
mhm.
that gets interrupted. And so I'm very curious of what's going to come out of these
What's
2
gonna
weeks.
happen in these two
Yeah,
weeks?
yeah, yeah,
What
yeah.
do you do when nothing works?
I don't ever worry about that. It's nothing. I just never have to worry. I don't worry about that, because it might not work the way I want it to, but I'm always open to something that arrives in the configuration that surprises me. And as
Mhm,
long, again, that thing of strong beliefs lightly held, if I want something or I'm stuck, I'll task switch onto something else. So I just keep fueling the creativity, and it's like touching the third rail of creativity,
mhm.
and it pulls you, and then I'll be doing something else. I'll be like, oh, that, okay, cool, I solved that. So there's never, it feeds itself. And this is what I try and help people practice.
Mhm.
um yeah, it's a practice. It's not an overnight thing,
Yeah.
but you have to feed it. You have to feed the creative beast. Put it
And
this
when
way,
not
you can either feed the creative beast or you can feed the beast of anxiety. Which one would you rather do?
ooh, we
Yeah.
should create some T-shirts with all these one-liners of Sharon Leigh, right? How
You're
it goes.
there's a number of people that have their, I could all at all times I feel their foot in the middle of my back
Mhm.
pushing me to do this. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's do that. That's okay.
Cool.
Final thing.
Yep.
So imagine everybody's looking at this interview. It's
Uh-huh.
not, but the whole world is looking. Like something happened in the algorithm of YouTube, and all of a
Mhm.
sudden, at everybody's page of YouTube,
Mhm.
this interview pops up. Um,
Mhm.
what is the message or invitation you would leave for all the people out there looking at this video who are already also a bit octopusy,
Mhm.
that can
Mhm.
rely uh,
Mhm.
and understand everything you're saying. Like, yeah, I feel like Sharon Lee. It's
Mhm.
I'm the same. What is the message you want to give to all of them, all over the world, all the languages, all the
Okay,
countries,
first, yeah,
everyone?
first of all, I'm going to turn this around because I don't go like, oh, everybody's listening. It's like, no, there's only one person listening, and it's the right person for the right moment. So I'm talking directly to you. You know who you are. And it's
Person.
like, yeah, you know who you are. And just, uh, yeah, do something creative that and when I say creative, because people say artistic, it's not the same thing. So
Mhm.
think about what you did when you were like 7 years old, or when you were younger or a little bit older, doesn't matter. But what did you lose yourself in that you enjoyed so much, that brought you joy or brought you awe? And kind of tap into that feeling and do something that taps into that feeling a little bit. Try it once a day, try it and then add it. How many times a day can you tap into that? That's what I want to leave with people, somebody, everybody, with the one person that you
That
know who
one
you are,
person.
the one
We
person,
know who you
you know
are,
who you
right?
are.
Yeah, we're
We know,
looking at
I
you
know who,
right now. We know who
I
you
know who
are.
you are. Or as my friend who's a drag queen says, I've been in your purse. I know where you live.
We know where you live. We know you. We
Yeah.
recognize you. Yeah.
Yeah. So let your little inner octopus, like, let it out and play with it,
Yeah.
man. It's
Play
the
with your
consciousness, the
octopusy. Oh,
subconscious.
people are gonna hate me so much for saying that.
For what?
Uh, no, I won't repeat myself again, Sharon. It's Monday, I'm having fun. Um, anyway, thank you so much,
Cool.
Sharon Lee. How fast
Thank
can
you.
30 minutes go, right?
I know.
Thank you for
Well, you
being
and I
here.
can hang out and talk and for hours, and it seems like
Easy,
30 minutes. So
easy peasy. Thank you for being here.
always, always a
Thank you,
pleasure.
thank you for everyone being here. Also,
Yeah.
Anshar and
Mhm.
Jean-Luc and the Cosmic Bitch Slap. I love that name. Um, Jennifer. Thank you for being here, not just on this podcast, but also in the movement. Thank you for being a founding member, Sharon Lee.
Mhm.
We have 166 founding members now from so many different countries all over the world. We're building something very beautiful together. If you're listening and you feel a spark,
Mhm.
follow it, whatever it is. We're not saying what you should do, just follow the spark that's happening right now.
Mhm.
Um, I think nonlinear thinking is not a strategy, it's a kind of love, and it grows where we share it. And I think nonlinear thinking is awesome. And it's so much fun to find
Absolutely.
each other all over the world. Thank you, Sharon Lee. And
Sure.
quickly, if people are watching, if this one person who's watching is thinking,
Yeah.
holy shit, I want to have coffee with Sharon on
Yeah.
Zoom,
Yeah.
whatever
Yes.
platform, right? Where
Absolutely.
do they go? Where can they find Sharon Lee?
You can find me on LinkedIn, and then it's like I've got stuff on there. I use LinkedIn a lot, so you can find whatever on there. And
And if it's not
link
working,
tree is good.
Linktree
Link
and
I use
LinkedIn.
Linktree, so I
Yeah.
need to give you the link for that. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
and it's very easy. If you can't find
Mhm.
Sharon Lee and you can find
Mhm.
me, you just send me a message and I
Mhm.
will direct you to Sharon and bring you in
Mhm.
contact and
If you
hang
want
out
to
with
find
Sharon.
me, you can find me.
Yeah. If you really want to find us, you can
If
find
you
us.
really want to find me, you can find me. Okay. I'm not hidden. So, yeah.
Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, Sharon.
Okay.
Up to the next
Great.
founding member, and that will be on Wednesday. I'm looking forward to it. Thank you for your time.
Super.
Thank you for being here.
Yay.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Bye.